Welcome back to Jesters of Ravenloft, where a group of comedians try to escape the horrors of the mists. With 5 hours to prepare their next move, the troupe tried to figure out if they could wish their way to a solution. New Rogue was dismayed that the genie had twisted their words to cause them harm. Tyler took time to identify their new gifts from the mists, and Shadow Nemesis discovered that he also had 3 wishes and continued crafting his wish letter. When they realized that New Rogue couldn't remember the genie's true name, Dell spoke with Lucretia, who regretfully could not interfere with the contracts of other immortal beings, and warned Dell to be extremely cautious. Can Wet Change craft a wish that doesn't invite catastrophe? I doubt it.
Incredible. Welcome back to Jesters of Ravenloft, friends. Sometimes the mist, it takes your mouth. We're excited to be here. We're returning after our first episode. Our heroes were making their escape from Angelina's farm, where they had been given 5 hours before they had to return for Tyler and the rest of the Tyler to duel and/or to create the greatest battle of all time, as New Rogue promised the prince after Tyler's craven betrayal of honor, inviting the prince to duel and then trapping him in a web while he ran away. Our party has gone to the woods. They're coming up with crafty plans around the genie that they know is not Severus Womp, but don't know the actual name of. Once it was revealed that that was information they were looking for, the genie wouldn't give it to them. Dell is also talking to Lucretia, while New Rogue is face down in the woods meditating for 4 hours so that he can return his spells to be able to protect the rest of the party before the plan is to return at the very end of their time limit. That is, I think, pretty much everything for the previous episodes. Anybody else have anything? Oh, Tyler identified a bunch of cool items.
I did. Yep. Human catalog.
They know what they got now.
Yeah, we know what it do.
Alrighty. Any questions for any of you about continuity? I'm imagining no, because we just did it, but I'll ask anyways. Because I like you.
No, they were good.
Thanks.
Right back at you.
Fantastic. And with that, it's time for us to return to Ravenloft. Dell, you find yourself alone with your mirror in the woods. Now, you have been alone amongst crowds with Lucretia before, but never in a situation where you have fully theoretically trusted Lucretia. Not to put words in your mouth. You can change that if that's how you're feeling. But what do you want to talk to her about? She's asked you about desires far beyond the carnal, but the carnal is always an option. In which case, we will fade to black. We'll start, then we'll get at it. But I just wanted to check in on what kind of conversation you wanted to have now that you have this opening.
Yeah, I think it's Lucretia asking those questions. It is another pause of, I know that Rumpelstiltskin has asked me before as well, like, what do I want? What does Dell want? And it's always been a tough thing to find. And so I have a moment of pause as Tyler walks away. And then I guess I've not really thought a lot about things that I want. But I guess being here in Ravenloft and all of this stuff, I guess I've kind of been looking for a place to belong, you know? Like, I think that's what kind of spoke to me when you mentioned, that you were lonely. Like you work with a lot of people and you're physically close to a lot of people and you keep really busy. And for a person like you to say they're lonely, and I mean, I guess I understand that, sometimes you keep busy and you do what you can and you have the people around you that you have, but you don't really feel totally understood,
Yes, you have a skill set to offer. There's a transactional nature to so much of it, and yet so much of it is so tremendously hollow.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, I have a lot of skills and I can be very useful to people, and I don't know if they completely see me all the time.
What parts of you don't feel seen, darling?
Oh, well, I mean, I guess being with you makes me feel really seen, and it makes me feel a lot less lonely. But I don't know. I guess that's kind of what I'm figuring out here. Like, there's this crazy prince guy here, and he's all fancy and stuff. And like the minute he saw me and how I look, he, judged me based on me wearing all black and whatever. And I guess I've
Do you have his
still
full
like a
name?
catalog of that. Prince Auric Bright Eyes. We think he might be the Dark Lord of this place, I guess.
Excellent. Do you happen to have any of his blood?
Unfortunately, even trying to blast him didn't really work very well, and then he straight up murdered me, and New Rogue brought me back to life, thankfully. So it's been kind of a day.
Need blood. You see her writing something just off screen of the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll look into him so that we can settle that score for you, darling. He'll die 10,000 times for every time he's laid a finger on you.
Well, thank you. That's really what we're going to try to do tonight. We're going to see if we can get rid of this place once and for all, but I'm just worried because he took Rumpleforeskin and Dr. Deputy Extreme captive, and I'm honestly really worried about it.
What an absolute bastard. Oh.
That's what I said. I was nice to him, and I helped him. I helped him set up an ambush, and everything went great, and we killed the bad guy, and then he was mad we killed the bad guy. I don't know.
And an oathbreaker. Everything about him is disgusting. You're perfect, and he's repellent.
Well, thanks. So I think I'm just at the point where, yeah, I just want a nice place for me and the people I care about to belong and be safe. That's, I guess, what I want right now.
When you say a nice place, there are so many versions of nice. What's yours? Say it was, I don't know, an apartment. I don't know if you're an apartment person or a mansion person or a castle person. What kind of space? What would you like it to be like? What's your vibe if you wanted something to be so nice just for you?
Oh, I know. Maybe a mansion, a mansion where it looks all normal from the outside, and then there's like secret compartments and places to hide in and different places to go in and to do stuff in,
Oh, I know.
Yeah. What about you? What would you want to be in the mansion? Because I mean, if we're together and you're in the mansion with me in the mansion,
Oh, darling, if you're happy, I'm happy. That's what I'm into.
Yeah.
I'm built to find desire and bring it to reality, usually at tremendous cost, but you're the one person where I'm just doing it for you.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, I mean, it's my desire to know what you would desire too. So, that has to be in part of it.
Well then. Maybe exactly what you're picturing, but shall we say, in hell. Oh, it's so comfortable.
Hell mansion. That's cool.
A hell mansion. Just surrounded by servants, maybe outside. Maybe they have their own quarters, but they can come and do the work they need to do and be tortured by someone else.
Perfect. And I mean, Hell Mansion would be a perfect place for a bone horse that's flaming to be hanging out to.
Oh, of course.
Have their own, room and stuff.
Absolutely. We could get them set up with everything they like. They could have their own mansion next door. We could do a whole little neighborhood of this.
Yeah, and then Tyler could visit because he's got horns, so that he'd fit in Hell Mansion.
Oh yes, he'd fit in for sure. Yes.
I like that.
Good. I like that too. I'll do the preparation work I can. Start investing time in certain things.
Oh, no, this isn't just like a imagination version.
Do you want it to be?
Well, no, I'm just surprised. I mean, that's thanks for doing that for me.
No problem. If I did this for Melisandre, I can sort out something better for you, darling.
Well, thanks. Okay, Hell Mansion.
Yes. I'll prepare one for you, one for Rumple. And do you like that Dr. Deputy Extreme you're running around with? Should I prepare a hut for him or something with an egg in it?
Honestly, I'm sure that he would be so up for torturing people or whatever it is that you need.
Great. We'll put him in charge of the staff.
Great. Thanks, Lucretia. Now we just gotta figure out a way to finish all of this off, but something to look forward to.
Yes, rest up. Be brave. Get the full name and blood from anyone who hurts you. And just know that I love you. I'm there with you in your blood. We'll punish them all together.
Thanks. I feel a lot more confident with you here with me. Yeah, I love you too.
Enjoy these images. And she hits you with 5 images. 4 of them, traditional, ultra horny images you get from Lucretia. But the 5th one is of the 2 of you standing on the balcony of a mansion in hell. Just together, looking out at the eternal fire sky of hell. Enjoying a moment.
I love it. Yay.
And that's when you return to your friends. You have the lamp. Your mirror call is over. You return, and around all of you, the mist begins to swirl up. And as you look around, you see that a leaf falling in the distance has slowed down. It's falling more slowly than is physically possible. And somehow you all know that the watchers in the dark are perhaps cheering for you in this moment, because the mist is providing and time is slowing, which will allow all of you to take a full rest that still fits within this 5 hours.
All right.
And have enough time to make your plan before you have to ride out.
Woohoo!
Oh my God.
Who needs a genie when you just gotta please the mists? The
Thanks,
watchers in the
Mist.
mists.
Right.
Oh, that's so interesting. That presents like a conflict for me. Because I was kind of just like, I'm just going to go out there and die. I'm just going to eat shit. Oh, man. That's so interesting. Yeah, I like noticing the leaf, like the time slowing of like the leaves kind of slowing down as they fall to, I would assume, just a crawl, given that we need 8 hours. And I guess just magically receiving the intention of this effect.
Yep.
Yeah.
You and Shadow Nemesis and Dell all receive it at the same time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
Oh, man. All right.
Gonna have
yeah.
a good rest for me. Bye.
If that's what you guys want, I'll just say out loud to no one, and I'll.
Well, wait. I wrote wishes. You want to hear my wishes I wrote? Maybe we can take this time. It would be like rehearsals. We could, I could read a scene, and then we can edit it together and create a perfect final thing.
With time slowing, New Rogue, you now know that you have more time to meditate. You're not actually asleep, so you can immediately join this conversation for planning purposes.
Oh, great.
You've just been over there as your friends are talking, determinedly meditating while they're
yeah. It was like in my special place, just blocking everything out.
Yep, but you're back if you want to have this chat with everybody. Or you can stay in your special place. I'm not putting rules on it.
Wait, question for you, Dungeon Master.
Yep.
How does it work, though? Like, it has to be a full 4 hours. So if I break out of it...
Yes, but the time has slowed, so they're going to fit 8 hours into this. So you're definitely going to be able to fit another 4 hours in here.
All right. All right.
Join the scene.
That's good. Okay, good.
No, I gotta sleep.
There's no trick here. Don't worry.
Okay, good. That's so good. Sorry, I heard it coming through my ears.
That's how you hear.
I didn't hear everything, but time is slowed.
Yeah, seems like the mists are giving those of us that need, the full 8 hours to rest up the time that we need. So, yeah, we're gonna hunker down soon. But Shadow Nemesis has been writing out wishes while you were meditating. We quickly summoned the genie to see if we could get him to tell us his name. He wouldn't, but he did reveal that since Shadow Nemesis is the one who rubbed the lamp, Shadow Nemesis got 3 wishes, indicating that anyone who rubs the lamp is a new master with a new set of wishes. So we've technically got, 12 wishes or
more
11,
wishes.
I guess.
Now, we shouldn't all do 3 wishes at once because it could be a thing where, like, once you
No.
complete 3 wishes, he disappears. So technically, we should each have 2 with a one final one.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. And I talked to Lucretia, and she said that she can't offer any help or discuss the, specifics of the deal for the genie because it's like a conflict of interest for people who make immortal dealings. But it was her advice to not use the genie at all. She said, no matter what, we're not going to be able to do a good enough job to screw him over because he's immortal. So he's had a lot more time to, think about words and specifics. Than
How to screw people over.
So then doesn't what Shadow Nemesis just said about us having like 12 wishes or whatever, does that make that like
It's
void?
a risk. It's a risk. There's going to be an inherent risk. I think probably the bigger the thing we ask for, the bigger the room for error is, unless this guy's a real dickhead and like I wish for a sandwich and he sandwiches me between, the fucking plates of the earth. Like, okay,
or like you're a
you
sandwich.
can't ask for anything because he'll just go absolutely apeshit on you.
Yeah. So
He needs
it's
a
just
friend.
dangerous.
Well, don't worry.
So fucking wholesome, dude. I really do envy you.
Look, like I said for like 5 times, I've watched that episode of The X-Files a lot,
Yeah.
so I know what we're doing, okay?
Well, what's one of the wishes then you wrote down?
Yeah, exactly. Let's all sit down. Shadow Nemesis has the floor. Then we can, punch up his wish or whatever you guys do.
Okay, do you want the, well, they're both cool. Do you want
Sorry, I can see the light of you opening the document you were working on. The fully scripted wish. I love it. Thank
this
you so
paper
much
is
for doing
bright.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want like the cool wish, or do you want the wish that will make us win this battle right away?
I guess let's start with that one. Sounds like it solves a lot of our problems.
The win wish.
The win right away wish. Okay. All right. Okay.
I will say as a DM, once this wish is fully finalized, I do need you to send me the text document.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'll kind of signal people away from the genie just in case like the genie's like, oh, I heard it. And then like, does it right away.
No.
So I'll be like, okay, all right, come here.
But Del, put that in the bag of holding. We're not leaving the lamp just out here in the fucking dirt.
Right,
Okay.
don't rub it. Don't rub it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the fancy bag of holding I have.
Amazing. You still have advantage on your next Constitution saving throw.
Great. I'm coming over to sit down and look up at Shadow Nemesis.
All right, we all ready? It's nice. It's kind of like old times, right? And we pitch a scene and then we write it.
Right when I was about to take a nap too. It's just like old times.
Oh, you're not going to want to nap after you hear this bad boy. 'Cause you're going to be all revved up and you're going to be like, let's just do it and do it good. All right. All right. So this is me talking. This is my character I'm wishing. So I'll have my paper out. And when the genie pops up, I will say, this is my wish. And once I am done reading this letter, the wish will be said and all ready for you to grant. I wish for Prince Auric Brighteyes to be teleported safely to our current location, being placed gently, lying on the ground where he will be alive, have all his bodily functions working, and he will be breathing and have his heart beating and his brain will be working 100%. The following changes will be done to him upon his arrival to our location. He will be naked, have his eyes sewn shut, his mouth sewn shut, his arms and legs removed with the wounds cauterized so he doesn't die from not having his arms and legs removed, and he won't die from having his eyes and mouth sewn shut either. He won't be able to summon any weapons or have any help. He will only be able to lie on the ground and be alive. This is the end of my wish. And so look, when he arrives, he's basically going to be a human sausage. Del, that's when you straddle him and you just stab the hell out of him and we win. I'm going to guess the genie's like, oh, he can't kill people, but he'll be alive. That's the key. And then you just do it. Boom.
We'll take a quick commercial break right there. You all overhear this wish.
Yeah. We're not going to him. We're not playing the game by his rules. We're going to bring him here. We've been in this realm for far too long. We're going to bring him here. We're going to sausage him. Del, you're going to stab him to death. Boom. Done. Squiggle lines. We're out of here.
Okay. I've got 2 notes that seem sort of like glaring issues to me, just off the jump.
Okay.
One is a language issue, talking about his heart and brain working at 100%. That sounds like someone's going to have a heart attack or a brain aneurysm, or just their head will explode. Working at 100% capacity. I've just figured that would be, we'd watch his little wiener chest pop, and he would just arrive and die, and a little steam would come out of his ears and eyes and nose.
Okay.
As his brain boils.
How would you phrase that?
Perfect biological health.
Well, I think there's maybe a bigger issue here that I just want to also flag, because it might mean we need to incorporate people that we like into the wish, and that might cause problems. But if we successfully wish for Prince Oric Bright Eyes to be here in a completely defenseless state, and then Del kills him, what happens to Rumple and DDX? They are captives. If the realm, splits apart or whatever, they're over there, we're over here. We got to get out of here because, the fucking cops, I can't remember what they're called, but the jailers, the wardens.
Agents of the Dark Powers.
Yes, the agents of the Dark Powers. It just occurred to me that I remembered without any help. They were on us a lot faster in round 2 than they were in round 1, and this probably is going to be a real mad dash for the exit. And
then we make that a separate wish. We wish for. Well, I'll tell you my other wish that we should do first. Then we can have a wish where it's like we invite all our friends back and they pop here. Jack Magnum, Dr. Deputy Extreme.
Wait, they pop
Uncle
here?
Foreskin. And that's not. I didn't write it. Like, they will appear safely in front of us. We'll write it out. So they
Pop
can be
like
here.
rotten cheese. Better not.
Oh, we're not popping it. Okay, look. So we do those 2 wishes first, and then we do the sausage wish, okay?
So, yeah. We were chatting, Del and I, with Lucretia, and this really is like these wishes. They're all, like we were saying, and as Nurog was asking, these are emergency kind of things. I'm not saying we have great options to speak of, but the margin for error here is probably unknowable.
Yeah.
This is why we got to get it right. And hey, I don't want to freak people out, but this day is different than the rest of the days. All right, we killed, I'm assuming, 1/2 of the Dark Lords, so
That's the
we
thing.
might
The
not
assuming,
be
I
able
think.
to get. We might not be able to get a second go of this. The Groundhog Day may have stopped.
I've thought about that too. Yep.
So if we
That's
go
why
to
I'm
his
so
base,
worried about our friends. Yeah.
we wish him here. We wish all our stuff back, which I already wrote that. I can read you that wish again of all getting all our stuff back. Get all our stuff, get all our friends, sausage.
You're still treating this like it's just a matter of getting the language right, where I promise you there will never be an absolutely airtight, ironclad wish that an immortal being that has spent, I don't know how many centuries, being upset that he's got to grant wishes to whoever rubs his lamp, won't think of a way to twist. And
Okay, what if we grant some wishes and then we tell him that our final wish will be to set him free? That'll get him on our side. He'll be all happy
Or
then.
he might just murder us all because he'll be unconstrained by anything and be mad that we made him make wishes happen.
Well, we could wish be like you're free and don't murder us. Boom, there you go.
so
And we'll make it more detailed. But you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm just saying we can't go over to that battle. We're going to get clobbered. We got to
Well-
bring him here. We got to risk it.
Prince Oric talked about an exchange. Said
Right.
that it would be an exchange, and he only asked to fight me. So I'm the only one who really has to show up. Rumple and DDX, if
You're
it's
not
an
going to get a
exchange.
second chance.
No, I thought about that. I'd be a ghost that Del could summon. you guys could head off to the camp where my gear is, could use the needle to put me into another body, and we just kind of, make lemonade.
You're fine with.
I'm fine with the logic of it.
But you're okay with being completely destroyed and then hoping that we can find you another body in another realm? That's insane.
I mean, yeah.
No, I can't do that. I wouldn't want any of you to be completely destroyed. This is the only way. It is the safest way.
I appreciate that. Look at me. I'm already a freak. I don't look the way I want to look. I have green skin. I have horns. I didn't come here like this. The body thing is less of a sticking point for me now because this is just whatever. If I go back looking like this, I'm not going to have a great quality of life on Earth anyway. But I think this is the most useful I've been in a long time, being able to do magic and swing swords and shit like that. So I think this is a good way to go about it. It's not, I don't want to steamroll anyone else's plans. This is just what I was thinking about. I'm just like, well, all right, our hands are tied. I mean, the mists have really opened things up for us where look, I might beat him. I'm going to get all my magic back. I won't have any of my gear, but I can do okay. Mage armor, and fireball and stuff like that.
I just wish, look, it's a sure thing if you just sausage the dude. You know what I mean?
That's the thing, is it's not a sure thing. This is back to the glove holding the amulet of ultimate evil conversation where it was such a sure thing. You knew for sure, foolproof, not an issue, but it really did end up being like Del was holding black melty ice cream.
Well, but I just thought of that by myself. Look, first of all, quit talking shit about yourself, okay? You're smart. The reason why I wanted to work with you in the bloody first place in this troupe is because you're smart and you're funny and you're clever, okay? So stop talking shit about yourself. And if you want to make a plan work, then do it. Then help with this plan. Your suicide mission and turning to a doll and hoping you find a body is insane, and it is degrading to you. We are sticking together, and I am not having any of my friends harm themselves for the betterment of everybody else. Let's work together. Let's get this jackass prince in front of us. And Del, you stab him. We can't take that guy. And Tyler, you're not taking that guy. I refuse.
I agree with Shadow Nemesis. Tyler, you look hot.
All right.
Well, not what I said, but
outvoted. Sure.
Well, I agree, Shadow Nemesis. A lot of what you said, like Tyler, you're worth a lot. No matter what you do, you're worth a lot. Just being you.
Okay.
But you fighting the prince, maybe you could do it when you're fully strong. But also, honestly, that's you talking about you being a ghost and all of that stuff just made me thought, in this realm, remember, Shadow Nemesis was a ghost, and then Shadow Nemesis' soul got ripped apart by the Gravewalker. The Gravewalker is still a ghost. He's still in there, not ripped apart. He's not completely dead. I can't fight him. If you end up being a ghost, he might rip you apart as another ghost, and then we can't save you that way either. So, But then I don't know, does just killing the prince fix this? Or do we need to kill the Gravewalker in the ghost realm? I don't know. But it might not be safe for you to be a ghost right now.
What if one of us uses one of our wishes on something that is not a life, just to see how it lands? Like focus on transporting, lower stakes, transporting some of our items here, perhaps something that potentially won't cost a life if it were to go absolutely bonkers sideways.
That's a good point, you Rogue. What do you
did
think
write
about
a wish about that.
Oh,
what?
I have a wish where we get all our stuff back.
Oh,
yeah,
well, let's hear it.
Wish.
Let's
hear the cool wish.
All right. Well, it's kind of the same as the wish before. I think I added a word or two. But okay, here we go. Hello. Well, I wrote this. Okay, I'm new rogue. This is when I didn't have a genie. So, hello, genie. This is my wish, and the wish will be over only when this letter is completed. I, new rogue, aka Shadow Nemesis, would like to wish for the following. For Tyler, Shadow Nemesis, and myself to have all of our armor, weapons, gear, items that we had on our persons when we arrived here in this realm and ones that we have since collected while we were here returned to us. Any weapons that need ammo will be fully replenished. All items will be in our pockets or in a bag of holding. Any broken items will be fixed. All gear and weapons will be safely placed on our bodies correctly, and all our weapons will be super sharp except for any shooting weapons. The weapons itself will not be sharp, but bullets and arrows will be sharp and ready for battle. Also, please have Jack Magnum. Jack Magnum will be fine. Don't change him into anything, especially cheese. Return safely to New Rogue. This is the end of my wish.
Add like 50 more safelies in there, and I think it might work. Maybe.
Thoughts?
All I can say is it sounds good, but I am a 37-year-old mortal man. I've been around for 37 years. I've been thinking critically about wishes for an hour. This genie has the edge by a significant margin.
We got to risk it. These are things that aren't alive. They're not going to get killed.
Jack Magnum is alive. So maybe just focus on the possessions.
All right, we're taking out Jack. Or I could be like,
don't take out Jack.
Also, please have Jack Magnum. Jack Magnum will be fine. Don't change him into anything, especially cheese. Return safely to New Rogue by gently placing him on the ground, and nothing bad will happen to him.
Just leave Jack Magnum out of it, and we'll, for now, maybe, and we'll just focus on the items.
Yeah.
Crossing
it out with my pen. There we go.
All right. Thank you,
And ready for battle. This is the end of my wish. There we go.
Okay.
So should we do it? Should we do it? Oh, I'm nervous.
Why don't I feel like I can't talk you out of this? Why don't we do a compromise? We wish for we've got the wishes, right?
Yeah.
Wish for one person's equipment. Let's do it after New Rogue especially has been fully rested, so that if something bad happens, he can magically heal us, assuming we don't turn into, horrific Cronenberg monsters or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good one. Don't fuse the weapons to our bodies. See, this is good. This is good. All right. Wait, where do I put this in? Which one is following? There's a better. Weapons and gear do we have will arrive in this realm once it's collected.
I'm going to go back to meditating, maybe, just so I can be useful earlier. I give you my approval of making wishes in regards to the equipment while I'm knocked out.
Okay. Thanks, New Rogue. Thanks for your thoughts about everything.
Thank you, and whatever happens, I love you guys. All right.
I love you too.
And then I just fall to my knees and just.
You hear him muttering to himself, face down in the dirt, as Shadow Nemesis, as determined as ever, hunts for technicalities that will let you get a wish at no negative cost, because X-Files. We'll take a quick commercial break right there. New Rogue is going to be unconscious in a relativistic sense of meditating so intensely he can't engage with the world for 4 hours. If you're waiting to make any wishes until New Rogue is back, you would need to start your long rest now and do the wishes afterwards. Otherwise, you get a magical 8 hours and you'd spend 4 of them thinking and waiting, and there would be no long rest. Yeah. So, are you all planning on long resting? What are your plans for this next 8-hour period? I'm not going to require anything of it. The mists gave it to you.
Yep. All right. Well, I guess I'm one of the 2 people with no equipment who isn't resting. We don't want to do it to New Rogue. I guess I'll be the guinea pig.
Wait, what?
You're not resting?
Oh no, I'm gonna rest. If this works out as great as it shouldn't interrupt my sleep, right? I'm just gonna wake up with all my cool shit, right?
Oh.
Well, I have it where like
I'm in trouble, but
I added
proven my point.
I added a different line to the thing, so I think this could work. Okay.
I know you do.
Okay, hold on. Hello, Genie. This is my note, and the wish will be over only when this letter is completed. I, New Rogue, would like to wish for the following for Tyler, Shadow Nemesis, and myself to have all of our armor, weapons, gear, items that we had on our persons when we arrived here in this realm, and ones that we have since collected while we were here returned to us by being placed safely in a pile on the ground in front of us, and will not be fused together or damaged in any way, shape, or form. And then it goes on the rest. And I took out Jack Magnum.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Just change it to just Tyler. Because we're testing it on me. If it works on me, then we can do it for everyone, right?
Right. Well, I mean, yeah. Well, I'm just saying because it's all of our stuff, right? So maybe it could just all because I need my things.
Yeah, this is the test. If it works, do you want to be the test? Do you want it? Because you go for it. I mean.
Okay, you two can figure this out. I'm going to take my fancy bag of holding, and I'm going to just set it on the ground next to where Shadow Nemesis, all of his papers and everything is. Lamp's in there. You two figure it out. I'm going to go lay down.
Yep, makes sense.
I believe in both of you. Good work, both of you. I love you guys.
Oh yeah, I'm just writing. Okay. Yeah, I love you too. Yep.
And I go away.
If I go away, you mean fall asleep?
Yeah, I go walk over.
Wander off into the woods.
I wander a little bit away.
That is what
I
it
go
feels
sleep
like.
near to New Rogue.
I lie down in bed and I go away.
I go away. I want no more of this. Thank you.
You have the white noise generator that is a meditating religious new rogue next to you in the woods.
Oh, that's relaxing.
He prays.
He's gonna stink after 4 hours, though.
Yeah. So Dell falls asleep. Tyler and Shadow Nemesis, you remain.
What's the hold up here? Me or you? I'm letting you.
I'm changing it to you. Hold on. I'm changing all the we's to I's. Or can you just do that? Can you read? Can you see a we and say I?
You want me to spend my wish on it?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. That's fine,
All
too.
right. I'll give it to you in the group chat.
The group chat of us.
Of our, yes.
Right.
That one. The metaphorical group chat.
I cast my last 3rd level spell slot for remove curse on myself. Because if this works, I need to rest and have bad things not happen to me. So I would like to remove the curse of bad stuff happening on the ring of fucking my shit up with gangsters.
Time ring?
Let me find it.
Not this time,
The
guys.
punksters.
The ring of conscious safety. Yes.
The ring of conscious safety. Thank you.
Yes. Unfortunately, that was gifted to you by the mist, so it requires more magical energy than you currently have. It's like you need to be able to risk a spooky success to be able to successfully remove a curse from the mists.
All right, super. So that's just on me. Okay. Well,
Oh man.
great. So the combination of asking irksome genie to give me a bunch of stuff and then resting under the condition that something bad will happen to me seems like a recipe for success. Let's fucking do it, baby.
Oh, if you fail, you're gonna get so many punksters.
Hey, yeah, great. I like your way of doing things. Dying here on this road instead of helping my friends.
All right. Well, here's the letter. Just remember to put it in your words. And there's the lamp. I'm gonna go stand over there, and I kind of like keep my distance just in case.
We're talking about just in case all of a sudden. Great.
Yeah. You got it, Ray!
All of us. All right. I go to the bag. I reach in and try to pull out the lamp.
You draw out the lamp.
Great. I'll rub the lamp.
And the genie appears, staring down at you. Hello, new master. What do you wish? You have 3 wishes.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. I got this note here. This is my wish, so shut up and listen. Hello, genie. This note is my wish, and the wish will be over only when this letter is completed. I, Tyler, would like to wish for the following. To have all of my armor, weapons, gear, items that I had on my person when I arrived here in this realm, and ones that I have since collected while we were here, returned to me by being placed safely in a pile on the ground in front of me and will not be fused together or damaged in any way, shape, or form. Any weapons that need ammo will be fully replenished. All items will be in my pockets or in a bag of holding. Any broken items will be fixed. All gear and weapons will be safely placed on my body correctly, and all weapons will be super sharp, except for any shooting weapons. The weapon itself will not be sharp, but bullets and arrows will be sharp. I look at him like meaningfully and then say, and ready for battle. This is the end of my wish.
As you wish.
And I just
And the genie
squint,
nods.
close my eyes and wince.
Nothing happens.
I open one eye and look around and open another eye. And is the genie still there?
The genie is still there. Shadow Nemesis is still hiding. Dell and New Rogue. Dell and New Rogue are both asleep. The scene is exactly as it was before.
And I look at the genie. So that was it. Wish granted.
Yes.
And I look around for my stuff on my person or at my feet in a pile. Is any of it there?
You are not seeing anything.
Where's my stuff?
I am abiding by the terms of your wish.
I don't understand.
That is unfortunate for you.
Hey, what if I threw your lamp in a fucking lake? What
Then
then?
I would not have to grant you any more wishes.
No, or anyone else, I would imagine.
What a terrible trial that would be.
Oh, okay. So you don't want freedom. You want to be left alone.
What is your next wish?
We'll call that a correct assumption.
Can I get in on this? Be like, hey, what the hell? Where's all this stuff?
The genie's only looking at you, Tyler.
Oh,
Okay, I'm looking at him like,
where
"You
is
gonna
it?
tell
It
him?"
should be right on the ground here.
He says he says he fulfilled the things of the wish. So there we go. All right, we know it doesn't work, and who knows what happened to my stuff, but that's fine. It's
get it.
just stuff. So
I am abiding by the terms.
yeah, get out of here.
Now.
I don't want him talking anymore.
It goes back into the
Being
Into the
placed
lamp.
safely on the ground in front of us and will not be fused together. I don't get it.
Well, you got 8 hours to dream about it. We need to sleep.
You could wish for an explanation.
Shut
You
the
hear it.
fuck up. Don't take the bait, man. Do not take the bait. That goes back in the bag of holding and it goes to Dell or New Rogue.
But we could find out what happened.
No, that's exactly what he wants you to do. Do you not get how this is working?
No, I do, but like if he tells us, then we can
The
get
fact that I'm not inside out right now is a miracle.
No.
Let's take the loss of or the lack of my physical stuff being present as like we got out of this okay. Aren't you glad we did a test? Whatever happened to my stuff hasn't happened to your stuff.
This is true.
Great.
This is true.
So go to sleep.
All right. Well,
We have 8 hours.
gives me something to ponder about.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to climb a tree and hang upside down, go to sleep.
I'm going to go run for like 100 feet, 120 feet away from everyone. because I don't know what the something bad is. I don't know if it's always going to be those jerks or if I just explode or if wolves come out of the ground and eat my eyes. I don't know. So I will run clear of my friends and then just find, I guess, some grass to lie in and try to fall asleep as soon as possible.
Okay, you do that. Tyler's headed out. Everyone is asleep. 4 hours later, new rogue, you awake, refreshed. Your abilities are charged. You have all of your spell slots. You are at full health. This is still slowing time around you. You can see your companions are unconscious. Just so I can clarify for everyone in the group here, where is the lamp?
I thought you had it.
I thought Tyler did have it, but I just want to be super clear for the whole team on where this lamp is, because I think that's important for us to track.
I said put it in the bag and give it to Dell or New Rogue, but I said that like as a thing to do, not how I described myself moving. So it might just
I'm okay if that's what you wanted to do. I just want to lock in for my brain. So it's back in Dell's bag of holding, the new one. I'm imagining, would you set it by Dell or would you give it to New Rogue?
I mean, it's New Rogue's lamp. It's Dell's bag. I'll leave it with Dell.
Okay, it's in Dell's bag. New Rogue, I just wanted to clarify, you don't see the lamp anywhere. You also don't see Tyler, but you know that he's got his ring issues, so he often sleeps away from the team.
Oh, okay. Well, I have time, so that's great. I'm going to look for the lamp. I would assume it was given to Dell, so I'm going to naturally assume it's in the bag. I see that there's no items around, so I'm thinking either they didn't make the wish or they made the wish and something went wrong, but everything looks relatively okay. So I'm going to open up the bag and take the lamp out.
Great, you take the lamp out.
Okay, great. I'm going to head off in a direction that's further away from them, just so I can give them some space and they don't have to hear the genie talking, because I have things to say. Okay. This looks about far enough. Okay. Come on, Sawa. Let's hear what you have to say. And I'm going to rub the lamp.
And the genie pops out, glowering down at you and says, "What?"
And then I'm going to sit down on, I'm just like a little child on the floor with my legs crossed. I'm like, I just want to chat with you.
Speak.
That's okay. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, look, I notice you're really mad all the time. What's that all about?
I am an immortal being trapped in a lamp, enslaved to the wishes of mortals who stumble upon it.
Okay, if you weren't so mad, would you be inclined to make, wishes that don't scare the heck out of people?
What?
If you weren't so mad all the time, would you maybe make wishes that don't scare the heck out of people?
I am enslaved, forced to grant wishes. Why would I ever be less angry or more helpful?
Well, what would make you less angry then? Let's take the idea of like you even doing wishes out of it. What would make you happy? And don't just tell me being left alone in there. I know you can't be happy being alone in there.
If I were able to be freed and wreak my chosen vengeance on all of the living and the dead who had ever held my lamp, beheld me in this state, or wished using my powers.
Wait, hold on. Okay, but if somebody were so nice as to free you, you wouldn't. They would have to, expend a wish to free you and give you that autonomy. You wouldn't then, I don't know, like turn them into rotten cheese or something.
No, I would not turn them into rotten cheese.
What would you do?
That would depend on the person.
Well, what about me? If I were to be like, hey, I'm thinking maybe I should make this fella free? What would you do?
You cannot. You are not my master at this moment.
Huh?
You are not my master at this moment.
But I rubbed you.
You are not my master at this moment.
Hey, okay. Well, then that's good. We don't need to have like a master, not master relationship. We can just hang, dog. What, we got 4 hours. So do you like basketball or?
I despise you.
Well, I'll have to work on that.
Forcing me to leave my lamp, to have inane promises because you fear my power while also using it, and you are not even my master. This is tremendously embarrassing.
I'm not trying to embarrass you, dog. I'm just like, yo, let's talk.
Why do you call me an animal?
Oh, sorry. It's a term of endearment. I remember. I have a master.
Explain.
Yeah. He's this cool dude that lives in the sky. He's all around us, actually. Some people say. He controls the mist and light.
Wish to escape this master so you cannot be forced to carry out their whims any longer.
No, I love it. Because
twisted small man.
Okay, I enjoy serving on behalf of my god Ezra.
Oh, you're one of those clerics.
What?
And that's the end of our episode.
That's the end of this episode, listener, but next week you could become a watcher and affect the Jesters' adventures by joining our Twitch stream, which happens every Wednesday night. If you join our Twitch chat, you can give the cast magical items, name NPCs, and decide the events that shape Ravenloft. So, catch up on the story, follow Dum Dum Dice on Twitch, and join our weekly stream right away. Jesters of Ravenloft features the voices of players Tyler Hewitt, Borovic, Guy Bradford, and Adam McNamara, alongside Dungeon Master Ryan LaPlante. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Jesters of Ravenloft's artwork was created by Borovic at delborovic.com. That's DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is Dark Mysterious Halloween Night by Sound Gallery by Dimitri Taras, and our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, whose music is available at freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum-Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDUMBDICE. Now get out of here before the mist gets you too!
Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: George Dolby, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Alarain Okapi, Madre de Gatos, Mithrian, Garbo Ape, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dia De Los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Remy Funky Head, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Megan Werner, A Man Out of Time, Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com, Panda24NN, Shendra D, Your Homeboy Bones, Ellis Hatch, Odigenous, Kai Koa, Squire Solaire, Sandy Sassy Pants, Amira Lockhart, James Molina, Nick Hemsing, Alex LaFountain, Nikki Blake, Seth Cambron, Corpse Knight Silver, Adam Mir 101, The Dankler, Anti-Core 7, Lady Destiny Stormbringer, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumbdumbdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.